Within e-learning, you have two different methods to communicate directly to your students. Right now we're looking at an e-learning training course, and you'll notice that I have two communication tools in my course menu. By default, all courses have the UT Dallas email tool available in the course menu. For this video, we'll discuss the differences between the two and mention some of the advantages and disadvantages of each. But before we begin, I need to state that it is very important to choose only one of these tools for your course. Do not make students use both of them, as it causes confusion. So first, let's talk about the UT Dallas email. The UT Dallas email tool is basically a front end for sending email directly to the students' UT Dallas EDU accounts. So if I decide to send an email to all users or to a select user, I would then send an email directly to each student using their individual email accounts using the UT Dallas commands. After I type the subject and text in my email, and once I hit submit, that email is no longer inside of the UT Dallas e-learning system. It has, however, been forwarded to the student's email account. So again, the email tool inside of e-learning is a front end for basic email. One advantage for using email tool is that when you're communicating with students, the communication goes directly to the email they're most likely to check. And by this reason, they'll be able to respond through that email without having to log into e-learning. Again, so when students respond through their UTD Dallas email accounts, the communication therefore progresses through the UT Dallas email accounts for both students and instructors. Another advantage for using the email tool is that it's also integrated into the groups tool. So if I go into the UT Dallas email and select inside the send email page, I select all groups. I can send an email very easily to individual groups. Also, the email tool is nicely integrated within the Grade Center. So, if I go inside of the Grade Center, I can select certain students or all the students to send an email to. However, a disadvantage to using an email is that at the end of each semester, the UT Dallas e-learning team archives every course, but because the email communication has been sent outside of the system, emails are not archived. Another disadvantage is that many students do not regularly check their UT Dallas email, or their UT Dallas email accounts are full. So when you send an email to an entire class, you may receive several bounce back messages when students' accounts are full. So those are the advantages and disadvantages to using email. The other communication system that can be used to communicate individually and directly with students is the Course Messages tool. Any messages that are sent inside of e-learning can only be sent to other students, faculty, or users within your course. Additionally, you cannot send messages to certain email addresses, and email addresses cannot be addressed to messages. Because course messages are self-contained, any messages inside your course do not mix with anything personal or work-related or anything else unrelated to the course. Again, this is because messages are only tied to one course. Therefore, messages are also included in each and every course archive at the end of each semester. For example, if 1 year down the road a question comes up regarding a student's grade or regarding something that happened in the course, when you contact the UT Dallas e-learning team, they can restore that course for you, and all those messages will also be restored since they are part of that archive. But with these advantages, there are certain disadvantages to using the Messages tool inside of e-learning. While the email tool is integrated into groups and gradebook, you'll notice that when I go into groups, there is no message command. I have to go into the UT Dallas email link in order to contact groups. Likewise, inside the Grade Center, I do not have the ability to send a message to my students. Again, notice there's only an email link. An additional disadvantage to using messages in your class is that your students and you will have to log into e-learning in order to view and respond to any messages that are waiting. So now you know the difference between the message and email tool. And as I mentioned earlier, it's important to pick just one tool and remove the other completely from your course. So in this example, I'm going to choose to use only the UT Dallas email. So I'll go ahead and delete the messages from the course menu.